Boom. Hey, internets. Early for 2019. Just wanted to sort of the state of my thoughts of marketing a apparel brand in this day and age. And shout out to Nevin X. Nevin X actually dropped a comment on a video that I did years ago that still gets tons of views on you need a marketing program for your clothing line. And so Nevin talked about the value of that video, so thank you, Nevin, and then doing an update. So I thought I'd do something for 2019 as we start driving into this year and everything that I see for the individual platforms of people that are trying to do an apparel brand. Oof. So the way I approach it for consulting, like for the small startup brands, is the same way that I approach it if I'm working in-house and directing a bigger apparel company. And if I have a dedicated marketing person, and that title now is digital marketing. So the last brand I was with, when we hired for that position, it was a digital marketer. And what I'll have them do is present just the way we present a line quarterly with the seasons. I will have a marketing person present quarterly what their plans are for the company. And so let's back up and if we have our marketing cap on, if you're a solopreneur or whatever, then we're just trying to build awareness for the company. Now, if you're a one man or one woman army, then that's going to encompass a lot of things. Digital marketing now really talks about sales inside of it as well, and I'll delve into that. But first, let me say I like my marketing guys to present a quarterly plan of how they want to attack marketing. So that simply details and outlines, even if it's sketches, if it's not set in stone, because in a lot of ways it's a presentation and they're waiting for my approval on moving forward with any of those campaigns. So just what those campaigns are. So via your research as a professional marketer, who's relevant, what is relevant, what do we need a part of? So that can involve events, festivals, like festivals, concerts, anything that's in and around the space that your audience is showing up to and are knowledgeable about, or that's important to them, and things that are fringe, things that we might not be capitalizing on a company, but we should be a part of. That can also involve other companies, collaboration, like just example, like a food company or something like that. Anything interesting that is noteworthy that will bring a greater awareness to the company, but in detail. So the next step is how do we do that, right? So I like quarterly, or if you're a super small company, just go do the year. Give me 12 things in the year, one thing for each month that is going to be remarkable event or just anything to be a part of for the company, so that they can attach to something every month of the year that something is going on. So the presentation also should include what influencers you're going after, okay? Now, obviously, everyone has like DM me for business details, inquiries, collabs, that sort of thing. And so a lot of the influencers that you might think of might be really big. Here's the thing, do it to scale to the company, the size of the company, but really the budget you have. Because all of these, I'm friends with a ton of influencers. Obviously, you're watching me on YouTube. I'm at the YouTube space all the time, the one here in Los Angeles. And so I hear about how they negotiate rates. And so it's a wild west still for a lot of people who are new to trying to negotiate how they play out any kind of brand deals. So you can find someone who's micro and very niche and hasn't done a lot of brand deals and say, hey, so we're an upstart company. Send them your deck and say, hey, this is what we're about. Obviously we'll give you clothing, like what can we work out with you, because we want to have you as part of our campaign for this next coming year, and we really love everything you're about, and so but we don't have $1 million, so that sort of thing. Okay, so influencers you should be linked up with, and then also that my sub note on that is be strategic, do a little bit more research. Most of you will have more time than money to spend on the company, and so yeah, the good thing about social media is that there's a ton different people. You can find someone with a smaller audience who might be more grateful and will put more elbow grease into working with you guys. The first time I got a DM or an email about a brand deal, I was stoked, and I didn't have that many subscribers. I don't have a lot of subscribers now. Compared to my friends, they all have like 200,000 subscribers or what have you. But in any case, I was willing to go a lot further because they were like one of my first brand deals. So you can have that experience too as you're creating your plan for marketing. So just a note on that. So yeah, a quarterly or a yearly plan of events, influencers that you want to be a part of. And remember, the whole thing is trying to create awareness for their brand. And the reason I'm going at it in detail in this scale is because probably 90% of you guys watching are a startup brand or bootstrapping it. And so you're not funded like some of the projects I talk to are funded, right? So we're going to talk on, so a different level of the type of projects and resources that we have available to us, right? But if you're bootstrapping, these are the kind of things that you want to think about. So there is a lot of detail. And so Facebook and Instagram, as I always talk about for marketing, is still super relevant in 2019 for sure. Of course, you want to be on the lookout for new social media platforms that are kind of edging up and creeping up. And so the Gary Vaynerchuk part of me wants to say that at least grab the handle, and Gary's like go ham on it and try to conquer it. For me, I pick and choose where I conquer, but no one can debate that Instagram and Facebook and now sort of an older demographic is on Facebook. So I'm waiting to see. Everyone is on Instagram, so they're communicating through snaps and using stories, and then that's going to age as well too. But the real younger generation, I mean, Instagram for now. So depending on your demographic and who you're targeting for your target market for your company, Instagram and Facebook is going to cover that. So in terms of gaining a followership, you should definitely set goal numbers and look at the analytics of how your Instagram handle and how your Facebook is doing. You should have those up on the wall. You don't see it because this is my background for Instagram, but I have on wall every single handle and Facebook that I'm working on kind of for me. I don't get it's last of the line for all the branded John Phenom stuff because I'm working on other client work, which is more of a priority. But in any case, you should know that it should be up on a wall somewhere so that you're cognizant of trying to get a goal number. So again, if quarterly, I like to see we want to go from this number to that number. Now, the detail of how to get from here to there, there's a million and a half people that are selling courses or dropping YouTube videos on how to gain a bigger subscribership or followership for any of your social media stuff. So I'm not going to go into detail on that because there's like gurus and people for that. But you best believe it's a huge part of what we will debate and talk about. And if I hire a marketing person, I want to hear their expertise. The reason I'm hiring them is they better have their expertise onto how to grow that stuff, because if I would be going at it for blood if that's the only thing I had to do. But typically in a project situation, I'm directing traffic sort of. So if you're a solopreneur, you're going at it alone, like then bide your time well, okay, but be cognizant of the focus of that. Right, so I'm using broad strokes and then getting into a little bit of micro detail, but you can understand what I'm saying in between this whole video because I don't want to be an hour long, and I think that covers it though. So Facebook, Instagram, I would do quarterly. If you're really small, just do the year and peg out something for each month of the year that you're doing big. Do an aspirational of like events you'd like to be part of, whether it's like sort of a complex con or a small trunk show. Those are always great. Unique LA, like that sort of thing. Any kind of pop-up shops that you want to do on your own, that sort of thing. And then figure out the math from there, right? So you get an aspiration of things you'd like to do, and then so you have a target, and then kind of from that you can kind of chisel down and go, okay, well, this is what we can do. This is a kind of budget or offering that we have for social media influencers. So all of those should have its own category within marketing. in terms of trying to gain awareness. Oh gosh, so many videos to shoot off of this. And getting more views doesn't mean more buys, so that's a whole nother video of conversion, right? So, people who are liking or just browsing versus people who hit the buy button, that's a whole nother video. But we're talking about marketing and awareness for now. Digital marketing is going to involve both, because you have that person should be running the Shopify. But in any case, quarterly or yearly presentation where you have a game plan of all of the aforementioned are all relevant things that you should be talking about for the marketing aspect of your clothing brand, or your merch. If you're, man, I'm gonna do a separate video for merch, but so look out for that. I'll probably shoot it right now, but I'm gonna do a separate video. Hope that helps. If you have any other questions, drop them all down below. Follow me on social media when you have a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.